How's it going, everybody? I know it's been quite a while since I've played through a Scooby-Doo game. Been mostly busy playing through the Spider-Man games when it comes to the PS2 and PS1 content, but I figured that enough time's passed that I kind of want to get into the next Scooby-Doo game for the PlayStation 2, as well as, I think it was for the GameCube and maybe Xbox as well, and DS? Maybe GBA 2, if I'm not mistaken. But this is one of my favorite childhood games. I know I said the same thing about Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, but this game is also really good as well. Maybe not as good as Night of 100 Frights, but it still hits the spot quite a bit. Cody may or may not be joining me for this playthrough. Still working on that yet. We'll just have to see how his schedule fits in with mine and what we can all do with that. But for the most part, this game is a lot different than Night of 100 Frights. There is no sections where you can play as any other characters, unfortunately. You do encounter the gang just kind of over the hub worlds. You do see them a few times throughout the levels as well. But in terms of, faithfulness to the TV series, there are some monsters, ghosts from the TV series that we'll encounter. Not nearly as many as there were in Night of 100 Frights, but still, it's very faithful, as you can tell by his theme song. And I think that's kind of all I have to say before we get into the game. So I'll let the first cutscene play, and then I'll kind of talk a little bit more about what I have planned for this playthrough and whatnot.
It'll sure be good to see my cousin Jed again.
I can't wait to meet him.
Like, what does Jed do, Fred?
He makes monsters.
Monsters? You know what? I just remembered I've got something on the stove. And me and Scoob have to go back.
Relax, you scaredy cats. Jed works for a special effects studio. They make fake monsters for movies.
Well, here we are. Monstrous Fright and Magic. Monsters while you wait.
Sure. Like, do you mind if we wait in the van?
Jeepers! What happened here?
Like, I'll never understand creative types, but I do groove on their style.
Jed! It's Fred!
This place has been completely ransacked.
All right, gang. Let's split up and see if we can find any clues.
Alright, so as you can tell, there's a little bit of a mystery going on here, and the way this plays differently from Night of 100 Frights is, with Night of 100 Frights, there were no,
Scooby-Doo!
well, you had the warp
Where
gates,
are
and
you?
then basically one main hub being the mansion, and then you had the docks, you had the caves, you had the hedge maze, just all sorts of different areas. In this game, I think there's 4 sections. There's Chinatown, there's going to be a museum. Gosh, I honestly don't even remember the other one. It's been so long since I played this game, but there's no monster tokens to collect, although there is a monster gallery, but I believe that is related to picking up trap parts. So the collectibles are there. I prefer the collectibles in this game a bit more to Night of 100 Frights, though. You also do have costumes in this game, which give Scooby special abilities, such as archery or flying. And there's even a Kung Fu one, which is pretty interesting. I don't know that we really see Scooby do any sort of Kung Fu in the movies, though, like animated in live action. But it's still cool to see in the game. And right off the bat, Scooby does have a way to attack, the little spin attack he does there.
Like, all the Scooby snacks in this room are making me hungry. I bet you can't find all of them. Okay.
And Scooby snacks are treated a bit differently in this game compared to Night of 100 Frights. Their main focus, or main purpose in this game, is to refill your health when you're down. For every 100 Scooby snacks you get, you'll actually get a dog tag back. And if you don't have any dog tags missing, I believe they will carry over until you lose one, maybe? Otherwise, there's a few machines that I'll use Scooby snacks later on, I believe, but I think those are for the costumes, so right now, I think their main purpose is just in case you lose a dog tag. You don't really need to be collecting them as much as you did in Night of 100 Frights or anything. And you can talk to the gang members, and they'll have little lines like that. There is quite a few missable items in this game, if I'm not mistaken. I was just looking back at a previous profile I had, and I can't seem to find any way to go back to the previous hubs, or overworlds, I guess. So, just kind of want to make sure you're getting everything as you go along.
Oh, hi, Scooby. I was trying to find out how to open this door. That's the switch over there, but I don't know how to get to it. Maybe there's a clue somewhere.
And thankfully, there's a clue right there.
This keycard must open up some restricted area. Great! You found a clue. It's some sort of keycard. Bingo. Now try to see if you can reach that switch, Scooby.
Alright, so the way clues work in this game is that they're going to be able to help you unlock new areas, which can lead to food, which is used to get dog tags.
I'll go show this clue to the others.
Costume upgrades, and I believe traps in some cases. Now, as I was saying, there are some missables. At least I've never found a way to go back to the earlier or later worlds, but I might be wrong. I might just never figured out how to traverse back to different worlds, or not worlds, I guess cities? I don't know what you want to call them, but just kind of be vigilant with what you do. You can replay the levels, so you can get the items there, it's just the main areas that you can't.
Hey, Scooby. Velma and Daphne went to check out the workshop that way. You'll need to slide down that cable to follow them.
And of course, all the gang members are going to be telling you what to do, as usual. Whereas they just sit there and kind of magically appear in different areas. Very similar to Night of 100 Frights in that case. And I think the little gooey stuff Scooby just slid through is called Mubber. And that is another form of currency in this game that can be used to buy little food portions that come from random machines, which are scattered all over for some reason. Or they might just be floating in midair, like that one. And so the way food works is that the food is going to be used to increase your dog tags, and dog tags are your health, of course. And the more dog tags you have, the more food's going to be required to make the dog tags. So you're going to always want to be on the lookout for food. I'm not sure what the maximum amount of dog tags is. Maybe it's 14, maybe 16, maybe 20. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever gotten max dog tags before, so I'm going to do my best to do a 100% run through of this game. For now, you can consider it a 100% run through until I miss something, which hopefully won't happen. I do know there's some levels in Chinatown that are kind of easy to miss certain items, so you just always want to be careful, make sure you don't miss anything. There's no time limits or anything. There's some on the rails levels, but nothing that you really can miss too easily, because you can always go back and recomplete those levels. So, no biggie there. If you fall off these guys, I believe you can just backtrack up to that first ramp. I don't think there's anything on the floor, and at the end of each level, there's going to be a little check page, which basically tell you what you missed and whatnot. First level's fairly straightforward. There's not really too many hidden secrets. I'll also be putting the timestamps of food that I collect and costume upgrades, and so on and so forth. In terms of...
Scooby, I'm so glad you're here. You've got to help Velma. She's been cornered by these two huge rats. Try to scare them off.
Scare them? I'm scared.
I don't know how Velma magically got down here.
Scooby, you've got to help Velma.
Okay.
I lost my train of thought there. What was I talking about? I don't remember, I'm so old. I'll let that come back to me, but you can tell this guy's wiggling around, so perhaps there's a robot in there. I don't know. I also don't know why these rats are so huge.
Good job, Scooby. You've defeated the rats. Or rather, some sort of rat-like special effects creatures.
So, the place is being defended for some reason by these monsters and creatures. So, leads us to believe that maybe there is something pretty fishy going on around here. And perhaps I'll get to the bottom of the mystery, perhaps not. Maybe I'll never figure out what's going on here. And for every clue you find, you're going to want to bring it back to Velma, and she's going to do some finagling with it that's going to allow you to unlock new passages or secret areas and whatnot. I do like that feature about this game, because it utilizes the gang members a bit more. 100 out of 100 Frights didn't really do that too much. I mean, you'd come across them every now and then, but not quite like this game uses them.
This looks like a radio beacon. Probably a homing device of some sort.
So now we have access to another part of this little machinery area. And I fell. A nice little thing about this game, Scooby can actually grab ledges if you're close enough to them. So you can kind of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Miff or jump, I'll just say. As long as you're close enough with the edge, Scooby will grab onto it. A nice little feature about this game. And this is the mubber, that's a weird word, mubber converter, and these will drop little food items.
Chocolate.
So always make sure you got the mubber going around. I think that kind of covers all the basics. I know that's kind of what I've been talking about for like the past 12 minutes or so. And there's going to be an area coming up quick where we can get another dog tag. I don't think we can get 4 or 5 dog tags right off the bat, but we can get 4, which is nice, although there hasn't really been too many enemies besides those rats, so... Thankfully, I haven't died once. That would have been embarrassing if I died to those little rats.
Hey, Scoob, have you found any food? When you do, just look for me in my trusted Porta kitchen, and I'll cook us up one of my delicious meals.
Alright, so, as I was saying, the way Shaggy works with food is that you give him, I believe the first dog tag is going to cost 2 food items. Okay, so, the 4th dog tag is going to cost 2 dog items. Food items, goodness gracious. And then
like you found some food.
The 5th dog tag is going to cost you 3 items, I believe. I think that's how it works.
Sweet.
It's been a hot minute since I played this game, but I believe that's how it works.
Hot peppers.
And it just kind of goes so on and so forth. So you really want to make sure you're getting all the food items, even the traps. I think those are used for Monster Gallery items. I'm not 100% certain on that, though.
Some cabbage for vitamins.
And here's some ice cream, which we're adding, because why not?
Like what a cool
Just
idea.
don't question what you're all putting into the
Come
pot.
back to see me if you
Just,
find any more food,
it's
okay?
Scooby, he'll eat anything. That's all there is to say about it.
Scoob, have you found any food? I'm starving.
And I think there's going to be a cutscene coming up here, so let's just see quick. Maybe not.
Yikes!
Don't move.
Like what mess did you get into, Scoob?
I call it Mubber. A remarkable soy-based formula that can take any shape. And it only breaks down under UV light. Isn't that right, Marcy?
With Mubber, Mr. Stanton has perfected the most lifelike special effects monsters ever.
And would you believe it even tastes good?
Yummy!
Mr. Stanton, pleased to meet you. I'm Fred. This is Daphne, Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby-Doo. We're friends of Jed Jones.
Jed? That thief? Look around. He caused all this so he could steal my creations. He reprogrammed the animatronics monsters, and now they're attacking people.
How can you be sure it's Jed?
He's missing. And so's my mubber, UV lamps, some animatronics. That's all the proof I need.
Mr. Stanton, I don't believe Jed would ever do such a thing. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery.
Do you have any idea where Jed could have gone?
He had a delivery to Chinatown for the New Year's parade.
Alright, so I'm going to end the video off here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and in the next video I'll kind of go a little bit more into how this game all works.